Wait and see exactly what broder's going to do, though, ladies and gentlemen. I see the good luck's being called. I see the have fun's being called. And instead of trolling me, they're actually going to do it this first time around, ladies and gentlemen. Broder versus Epsilon, the rematch of the grand final. This is map number 2 going up in this week number 3 match in the ETF2L Season 15, powered by Blackout Gaming. And we can see Epsilon and broder both re-rolling to this middle, and we're going to be seeing some fantastic game here, Ali.
Yeah, rib faster than Numlocked again, really like stepping up his game for this game. That soldier jumps from Epsilon, but he gets completely denied. There's one soldier gone behind for broder already, and a scout already flanking them. They're gonna They're gonna have to back out. They're gonna have to back out right side or come completely across this point Epsilon if they want to make something of it. Because Cookie's still behind. The quick screen does get popped off now. Managed to take down that soldier. Nox is just backing off alive. There's a scout left in and a soldier actually on the medic. No one is defending. Miralin dodging ridiculously. Oh. He eventually gets taken down, but Nox did get taken down, so that's not going to be too much of a bad issue. But oh, if someone had paid attention to Miralin, then they could have had it for that last push. Then amazing dodging, but just not enough to secure them.
The fact that Maryland actually have died might force Epsilon actually doing something here around this second point. Epsilon usually does those kind of things. Doesn't look like they're going to do it this time around, though, mainly because Jukebox was just putting pressure on last. Got the pick onto Shocky, but it's an irrelevant pick if you look into the grand scheme of things. Maryland is now spawned, and as I said, Ali, that crit streak might show something.
Gonna call it before it happens. Jukebox sniping.
Yeah, and Jukebox is probably going to snipe.
He's sniping.
Obviously, and this is something that I think broder could be very, very good at. Maryland is still running crit streak. They're going to have a slight window, but what it forces is people to not focus Jukebox. I think that is the most important thing I can tell you, is that as soon as this crits hits, nobody can focus Jukebox because everyone is focusing someone else. So here we go, boat scouts with Jukebox from the top, crit streak from the bottom, and are they going to hit something? Maryland Mike goes down, Numlock goes down, and broder so far looking good, and keep in mind, Nox, you can Uber all you want, but they're not focusing Jukebox, sitting in that corner. He's going to start hitting the spot shots now. Here we go. Coming in from the top left. Doesn't hit a single shot just yet. It misses the second shot as well. And again, if Jukebox hit one of those 2 shots on the medic, that tactic would have worked exactly like they would have wanted to. All right, now they're being forced to go back.
Yeah, I watched Epsilon in warm-up and not Jukebox. I'm not sure if he's been warming up this evening yet, but there's still plenty of time to make an impact. And broder still have the advantage here. Nox popped a lot later. So he's going to have a disadvantage. Is Miralin? Yeah, Miralin's still on quick speed, but Epsilon know it's coming this time, and Numlock's trying to set up a sticky trap in the lobby, but it's just not working. He's getting forced back. He's still got stickies on the left side. That soldier jumps in. Numlock doesn't get his stickies in time. Now the crits comes in. There's a soldier behind them on Miralin. He's going to go down, and they're not going to be able to get a crit sticky off. The remaining broder players are going to come in, but Epsilon have swarmed all the way over to that side, completely denying anyone getting in. There's a scout left in lobby. He's 1v1ing Numlock now. If he gets the pick, that could be crucial, but he's going to get taken down, and they should be able to take this quite easily.
Comes the hero shot though.
Jukebox is left alive.
He's sitting on the back, gets one. Is he going to be able to get 2? Does get the shot in, but it's a body shot. Can he get that shot? No, he does not.
Pipe.
As there was a lot of people actually coming in. Mike's going to be able to pick off Zebasai as well, and Zebasai, or Numlocked actually, is going to be able to stay alive onto this one. Maryland now under a lot of pressure, does still have that crit streak, and surprise, surprise, actually, broder doing a good job of just holding ground here. Nox still not healing anyone. I'm a little bit surprised by that. Did not get picked up by anyone there. It looks like with 65% crit streak, they have a massive advantage over the French counterpart from Epsilon.
Yeah, I don't know if Epsilon are going to be expecting it now, because I mean, they've been pretty much running crit streak since the start of the game. I don't know if this is going to be a long-term strategy they're going to keep going Russian style, but actually, I'm just looking, they're on the left side at the moment, and Numlock's got a sticky setup, but they're actually going to go for window. That crit gets popped off. Nox on the point, he does get caught out, that soldier's forward, but he gets taken down. It's not going to matter though, if they can just play together here, broder, they're going to take it, and Miralin does go down unfortunately to gear, but they've got 4 players up against 2 at the moment, so they could still push the last if they make the best of it. That soldier does go down and it's only a scout, there's 4 seconds left till spawns. Broder don't really have the time to push it. I think they're just going to wait for their players, and they're all low pretty much. I'm not sure what Zebasai was trying to get there, he just walks around the corner, gets meat shot in the face by Shocky. We're going to see a bit of a recycle of the situations here. Miralin's on 20% Uber, Nox is on 10%. Is Miralin back on crit streak? Both medics spawned at the same time. Yep. It wouldn't surprise me. He is.
He has never changed from crit streak yet, and this is my question for you, Ali. Before we're going to go into Epsilon comms for this push that's about to happen, are they going to stay with this crit streak? Is this a secret that they've been keeping from all of us, that they're going to run full-time crit streak here onto Snakewater? It looks like so far Broding is doing a good job, but the backup happens. There's 2 players back there. I was going to comment on it, but even Cookie got behind as well, so it's 2 players behind. uncalled for Epsilon, and that is something that's a little bit shaky from them. Are we still going to see the crits, or are we still going to... Yeah, we are. Is this a thing, Ali? Are they going to keep running the full-time crit streak? They haven't changed from it yet. Disadvantage or advantageous situation doesn't matter. They're going to keep doing it, even on the second middle.
We're going to have to see how Epsilon come to deal with it later in the game, but for the moment that Soldier comes aggressive over the top, managed to take down Numlock pretty quickly. The rest of the Epsilon players, though, have come across point. Shocky picks up that crucial return frag onto Rib, but he doesn't get much after that, and the Soldier does go across point for broder, but he gets taken down, and if they had more time then they could have made more of it, but the crits does come out now. If the scouts can hit some shots, then they're going to really benefit from this. The Soldier does manage to get out, that's unfortunate, and the Uber from Nox is going to come back in, but it's still 10 seconds off, so they will be able to cap this out.
They're on second, so they're all the way back, Ali.
Yeah.
This crit streak just confused. Again, Jukebox got to pick up the sniper rifle. It just seems like a standard thing. broder has practiced this. They know how to play this map to perfection, and they show a lot better broder than we've seen on Granary. And on Granary, they were phenomenal. Keep that in mind.
Yeah, for the moment, I think we're just going to see broder sitting back in that right position. Not Epsilon allowing them to build their crits up, and what they're going to look to do is crits back on when Epsilon start capping this point. They're sitting in lower at the moment. Numlock can get some good stickies down there, and they're not going to be able to run through those, but they still have the crits, but Nox has made his way into kitchen now. This is going to be really good. They're going to, oh wow, no, he turns around and drops Numlock. That's unfortunate. I thought he was going to Uber then behind into the broder combo, but this has actually worked out pretty well for broder. Merlin has managed to get out without being fragged yet. There's a scout in window who might be looking to frag him, but for the moment this is broder's point to retake. The scout doesn't get picked off, who was slightly forward, and broder just managed to sweep across here. Then they should have an advantage. They've got 2 scouts, a sniper and a soldier, so it's not the best tactic exactly, but there is a back cap actually.
Oh, they're going for the block.
Can they come in? Yeah, they are. The scout's on back cap. Is there anyone on last? Rib's the only one up trying to defend that second point. Is the scout going to go for last? No, it's not.
No, Rib is still around that second point now, and actually here comes the scout back in, actually.
Oh, wow.
Rib barely not getting shut down, Ali. What did you see? Sorry, I missed it.
Merlin was completely caught out of position there. He had a scout and a soldier next to him, and he catches the soldier surf and gets out to safety with Rib. But Rib's going to get caught out, but manages to take down Gear doing it, so it's not going to be a complete loss. I hope we caught Merlin then, because he somehow managed to get out of the situation alive, and it's going to mean they've got an Uber to defend last. Nox has got his in a matter of seconds, so...
Are they going to drop all crit streak? No, they're not. Okay, they're going to go lobby crit streak. Nox does have it, though. How many players can they kill whilst that Uber's happening, though? The crit streak going to get popped off here in a matter of seconds. Looks like broder's falling back. Okay, so Epsilon has decided the best way to deal with the crit streak is to split push over to the other side. They get 2 though, they get 3. Zebasai picking up the kills with their crit streak, and broder's gonna hold on to this one. Epsilon, you can Uber in from the side, but you need to kill the core. If you do not kill Zebasai Maryland, that crit is gonna rampage across him, and with Nox going down, broder again looking very, very good, defending exactly what they need to do.
Yeah, there's a soldier going behind them at the moment, Gear, but I'm sure they've seen him. With that defense, the Epsilon Uber came in, but they only had 1 soldier focusing that heavy, and even at the end of the Uber fight, if that heavy's still alive, then there's not really any chance, and with the crits too, then it was a complete wipe for Epsilon, and yeah, it was a really nice hold actually. That soldier came in at the end of that second point capture, but he couldn't make anything onto Merlin, so Merlin's going to have his crits now, whereas Nox has only just reached 10% on his Uber charge. They're going to stay out, and Merlin's not going to pop his crits, and it should be used to cap second, and if they can do that and kill Nox in the process, then this could be another round for them.
Oh, here comes the crit streak from the window once again, ladies and gentlemen. It is on to Rip. Crit streak has been used. Mike immediately in the assassination mode gets through as well. And this is what Epsilon is going to need. They need the kills on the combo. But again, Bibbin and Cookie, they have been fantastic throughout the entire evening. Can they do it again? It looks like this time.
He used to hit shots. Nox managed to defend himself.
Is that a syringe or an overdose, by the way? Because I know there's fans out there who want to know. I cannot actually see.
It's actually a syringe gun.
I think it's a syringe, yeah.
The overdose is a different logo. I'm not sure why Nox is using that. I think it's like a 10% different damage, which compared to the run speed seems a bit of a ridiculous choice. But, you know, if it works, it works. I can't really criticize the best medic in Europe. Ooh, haters gonna hate. People are gonna say Merlin is the best medic in Europe, but I'm entitled to my opinion.
Alright.
They have that Uber now, Epsilon, and they can easily guess that Merlin is on crits, so they're not going to have much fear of coming up against much opposition. Again, they're pushing slowly though, so if they can get this crits in time, I can see broder critsing back into the second point to get the frags. There's a soldier. Epsilon really needs to get forward and get aggressive. I can't see Numlocked. Wow, they do actually pop their Uber in lobby, but they don't get any frags. Jukebox eventually goes down the Roma. That's kind of to be expected, and now they need to push in quick because they're going to have this crits broder. The hell is there?
Uber. Dragon Uber.
Oh, it's Uber. Oh, for the first time, I made the assumption and I was wrong. Wow. Fuck you, broder.
If you've been casting White Glow for LMS, you never make that mistake anymore, Ali. I can tell you that one. You might get the experience somewhere this season, as broder right now is going to make their way onto the second point and does a very good job. But Numlocked, was that spam? I don't know if that was spam, but Maryland did end up dropping to the floor as Bash gets now a kill onto Jukebox as well. And Epsilon's going to go for this one. Zebasai very, very weak on health here. He's going to get shot down by Shocky, and the German superstar is going to walk on here. Get 2. Can he make it up for 3? Can he? He's going to try and get the Shocky pistol down. And the Staffan pistol is going to pick up number 3 with the help of Numlock there. And the German scout is going to stay alive. Very well played to Epsilon so far. With Numlock going down, though, it is still a little bit of a weird exchange. I think that is all we can say.
Yeah, people pledge are calling for comms here, so if you can switch over to Epsilon, they're going to try and push in and retake this point.
Oh, I'm curious. Let's see.
Focus targets! Targets!
Solid. Don't need medkit.
Solid on health pack, he's really weak.
Scout
right weak, nice. Both the soldiers weak, both their soldiers are weak.
Yeah. Get out now. We're on the map place, we're low. Get out.
Remember to have crit
Last crit soon. Stay back, far middle. I need a build, fast. Scoot your build. Far window. I go window.
Yeah.
Oh no, I have to go bottom.
Surprise him from kitchen?
Yeah, flank kitchen, if you're pushing.
I'm gonna stay right then.
No, I'm pushing.
So best way to push this.
You hear that, Ali? They thought it was crit, so they're standing all the way back. And broder's going to say, well, we build off this Uber, and we're fine. We can do whatever the hell we want. Cookie picking up the rifle as well, so let's see if he's going to be able to do anything with that. Now Epsilon realizes they catch on. They're like, wait, they probably don't have crit streak anymore. They could have, but they don't anymore. And this was broder's plan all along, I can tell you that. Just scare them out, make them assume you always have crits, and make them play differently. So for both medics, still not Uber. Knocks on half health or so. Needs to be paying attention there. Look at Cookie, he's still looking. Can he get the shots? Cookie does manage to just drop out of there one right now, as there was a lot of pressure down. Zebasai and Garrick stage frags. Here we go, Ali.
Yeah, I just saw Merlin then. He was stood behind the hut and managed to catch a pipe and a rocket really quickly, so he got down sent low, and he can... Wow, he's gonna get out here. No, he's not. He got sent low really quickly, and he had to Uber, but unfortunately Zebasai was too far forward, and he got caught out. The Uber did get popped off for Epsilon, and they used much better use of it, managing to clear up. Merlin nearly surfed out, but it didn't work out, and they had that scout coming in for the back cap then, but it didn't work, and he got shut down, and Epsilon just going to roll on to last. Easy push.
Very well done by Epsilon. They're going to pick up the round they've been looking for. Score has been back to square one, ladies and gentlemen. Except it's not 0-0, it's 1-1. And Nox now going crit streak. Alright, so this game just got very interesting. If you're wondering how does Mind Games go, both the teams have now picked up crit streak. And when two teams are trying to psych each other out, this is what happens, Ali. You cast this middle. Good luck.
Well, yeah, I mean, a lot of the time a soldier going aggressive can spot that quick screed. Nice surf by Merlin there, but Gear jumps after him and gets a huge rocket into the face of Merlin. Nox is playing a lot more safe, but is he going to get taken down? No, he's really low. He's 50 HP. He's going to back off and get that med pack, but in doing so, they've allowed broder to come across this middle. It's only a few weak players left alive for broder now. They've picked up the health packs, but I wouldn't be surprised if they try and crits back in, especially as there's ×4, ×5 on this point. It's an easy crits target if they manage it, but no, Zebasai's just walking forward and he sees that they're sat back. I don't know if broder are going to know that Epsilon have this crits, because
they
if
must
so,
see the sparkle. They
they're
must
gonna
have
have
seen
to
it on
go.
middle.
Yeah, well, I don't know. You'd expect so from Premier Division players, but you never know. Mind games are mind games.
Mind games are mind games, and look at that. Maryland's going to keep with the crit streak, right? Like, this is what I like. This is what I like when broder said very clearly at the start, we're going to go and keep on crits, and it forces Epsilon to do what they're doing now, something they have never done before, which is running crit streak in scenarios where they really don't know what they're up against. And with Numlock actually missing those first two stickies, now the bomb goes in, Nox 3 HP, stays alive, very well played by Jukebox, but Nox is still alive. And the French medic's going to be very happy with that one. Here comes the counter crits though. Riv does get one at the Shocky. Can he pick up 2 or can he pick up 3? Zebasai spamming the back, not going to get any kills. And broder takes the area, but Epsilon's not out of this one yet. Actually they are. I just saw. They're actually are in the area.
Lucked out there. He got sent flying away, but managed to survive on 30 HP. And their only casualty was the scout there. So not an ideal pushback for broder, but I don't know if they need to be defensive right now, because the crits is going to come back in. And
you've ever cast a crits versus crits for 10 minutes straight? This is how it looks, Ali.
Yeah, well, I don't know who comms we'd go to right now because both teams have crits and both teams are going to be hyped.
Oh.
So Jukebox tries to come for the force, but I don't know what he was going for there because he couldn't get a force out. The crits comes out first from... They managed to take down the soldier. The return crits come out. They come out, but Numlock only manages to... Wow, he managed to pick up Mirrorlin, gets a nice pipe as well. And the remaining Epsilon players come back and swoop up all the frags. That's a wipe.
Numlock got the kills they needed, let's put it that way, Ali. Like, he wasn't super effective in just his crits rampaging across the team, but he did what he needed to do, right? He killed the medic and got a lot of damage on soldiers, which caused Mike and Garrett actually being able to clear up pretty much everything. Jukebox, as expected in that forward spawn, is sniper. Epsilon is going to know they're going to spam him out, and Marilyn changing back to Medigun. We cannot expect anything, and we see what we expected to see from Broder. They have an engineer. They have two of them building up that sentry as fast as they
Wow.
can. And against a crit screen Epsilon, I want to hear their surprise as soon as they figure it out. Ali.
Yeah,
let's
go
see,
for it.
Let's hear.
We'll go bottom. Gear bait left.
Let's go fast. We have it.
Go in.
I'm
Mike
in
and
lobby.
scout bottom first. Mike and scout bottom first. Call where they are.
Go
You're gonna
bottom.
rush
They are top left.
Go,
Solid
go.
top left
Bottom,
and solid
no,
top left.
bottom.
Coming.
Stickies on left.
Let's go.
Right, Mike, go in. Jump and where?
Medic.
Bottom.
Sniper. Sniper far right.
Sorry,
Go
bottom,
on
behind
the
you, Seb. I'm down.
Demo is weak. Nice shot.
Oh no.
Point 7.
Sentry.
I'm dead.
I'm leaving you.
Sentry down.
No, nice.
Mid down.
Nice.
Okay,
Nice.
so I didn't hear a
Oh,
single
close.
ball where they were.
No,
Sorry,
sorry.
one top.
I said right side, sorry.
Fox, come to me and build it.
Dominic is down, just
I'm
build.
with you, Ben.
Yeah, build.
Keep building fast.
I hit him with the crits because of that. It doesn't
Okay.
matter. Let's focus next one. Let's focus next one.
Wait, secure.
Going to focus the next one and build it up as fast as they can, Ali, and that seems to me like the right decision.
Yeah, funny game with the medics there. Jukebox was nearly chasing the medic. You heard Nox say, "Oh, I'm dead," but then managed to walk out as Jukebox turned around to try and save last. It wasn't really necessary though. But what
I'm not
did happen
sure.
was, the Epsilon scout. Well, he didn't make anything of it because the Epsilon scout still managed to take Merlin down. So now Nox is going to have this massive advantage as he did manage to get out. The sentry is going to come up again. Epsilon might be more wary to it this
They
time.
go from left this time. Here we go. The crit squeak is going to happen. Where's the sentry? They have to localize it. Here comes the crit sticky. Doesn't going to hit just anything, but Nox is perfectly safe. Here comes the kills. As Zebasai and Jukebox both drop to the floor. The sentry has got taken down as well. And there is a backup
Backup.
going
They
on.
can
Is
block.
the
They
backup
can
going to be able to do it?
block.
No,
Oh,
they
unlucky.
cannot. As the backup almost connected, but it barely didn't work out. Epsilon shifted it into next gear. As Gear got a couple of frags in there and managed to pick up the point. 2-1 now for Epsilon. Thank you very much. So we're going to go into this middle. We have both medics now going uber charged. These medics are unpredictable. The team's unpredictable. This game is fantastic so far, and with the fourth middle going live, it's still anyone's game.
Yeah, we're going to have to see what happens here to see which team takes top. Zebasai actually goes top. He gets straight onto the medic here. Really nice bomb from him. Wonder if they're running that double gunboats on this middle strategy, allowing them to go really aggressive. But Epsilon players aren't having any of it. They're coming right back over this point. Scouts in the demo managed to take down the medic, and they're just going to roll forward here. Riv goes down. Cookie goes down. There's only one player left alive. It's Zebasai. He's trying to get behind, but he's obviously going to get picked off. They only got one pick there, Broder, but it was the medic, so that's good enough for a hold and last.
About a year ago, Ali, I've written an article about Epsilon being better in the second half of games. I don't know if you've read it at the time.
I remember it well.
But it shows that Epsilon in the second half of the game they figure it out. They figure their opponent out, and they manage to tie up the first half, and then the second half they are just unbelievably good. They figure it out, and that's kind of what Broder's experiencing right now. They get 1-0 up, but in the last 10 minutes, a little bit, as soon as Epsilon realize, okay, this is how we need to play, they're going to get ahead, and now with 3-1 being up, Crit Squeak is up against them, and Jukebox was spy for a little bit, but now everything is down to Cookie. I think Nox needs to be taken down, or at least Numlocked in order to hold this one. Mike gets taken down, and the Crit Squeak is going to happen from bottom. I think there's miscommunication. I see Numlocked waiting for them. Numlocked is waiting for that crit, so Marilyn has already hit the Ubercharge, and they might be able to try something from the bottom here. Here comes the crit. Marilyn's trigger finger is spot on. As look at the aggression from Broder. This is how you defend against the Crit Squeak, ladies and gentlemen. You go as fast as you can. They need the frags, though. They cannot pick up the second one. And oh my god, Mike is still alive. Gear is still alive as well. And even though the frags are happening, that is not a favorable exchange for Broder.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened there, but there were two soldiers in the end just stood in upper lobby with no Uber charge, and they got just picked off by the remaining Epsilon players. Really, this Epsilon player should have been picked off, and we should be looking at Broder taking second point now. But as it is, Nox is going to sit there with about 10 seconds advantage on Merlin. It's going to get slightly bigger because, of course, he's still on crits, but broder are going to be wise to it now, so they're going to really need to get that pressure on. Rib's got his stickies on right side, which is where you can crits from. It's right side or bottom, and if he gets those crits off, then it could work well for them. Here comes the crits, but they're going to kill that soldier first if he can pop his crits. Pop his stickies. Oh, he misses numlock. That's unfortunate. But broder are just back in this corner, and they've not taken any real damage here. There's scouts that are coming in, but they should be picked off. There's a soldier on the point actually, but he's going to be easily spotted by the notification you get. And now they're down to 3 players, Epsilon, 2 on really low health, and with Nox going down and Merlin on 100%, this is time to push for broder.
If you purely analyze everything that's about to happen, oh my god, Shockey's on the medic, and Zebasai tried to rocket jump and heard the hit sound. Ladies and gentlemen, hit sounds OP. Zebasai only saw Shockey because he rocket jumped in his face as Shockey got spotted around the corner. broder's gonna pick this one up. They're gonna like this exchange a lot, right? If you face yourself against the crit streak, if you manage to hold on to that Uber and push them out, broder is going to look for this opportunity. And can they pick up middle for free? I doubt it, but
Gear is
they're going
hiding,
to try.
he's jumping on Merlin. No one's seen him. Merlin's still holding his starting his Uber charge.
Uber,
Yes, his Uber charge. Nice work by Merlin there. Gear was completely unnoticed as he bombed in, and no one really noticed him after that, but Merlin managed to surf away and Gear went for the health pack instead of chasing, but I think they were relying on that. Gear forced to do something for them, Epsilon, but no, really nice take from broder generally.
Oh, so far, broder, they're taking it back this round. Obviously, they're 2-1 down. They need to pick this round up. It is very, very important for them. Uber versus Uber, ladies and gentlemen. We haven't seen it since now, basically, as the Uber versus Uber comes off. broder is going to drop back out of this one. Can they drop back in time? They even get the kill onto Bash. Zebasai is behind. Jukebox is all over the place,
Merlin
and Shockey is behind the broder ranks, and oh my god, that air shot! Oh my god, the air shots are raining! It is raining Scandinavians at the moment, ladies and gentlemen, as Epsilon cleans that one up, and are gonna rock on towards this middle point.
That was ridiculous from Epsilon. They had a slight advantage at the start, but it looked like broder had the edge as they managed to get the pick and edge the rest of their players out, but Epsilon just pulling off some insane DM, guaranteeing them this midpoint, and with the advantage, it looks like they're going to roll on to second without opposition. They're trying to build broder, but they're not going to be able to do much if Epsilon manage to get forward and get some spam down onto these points.
Cannot believe that Mike and Gear both hitting the airfields they need. Jukebox going to try and equalize this now. But obviously with a just a raging Epsilon there, you can imagine right now, they're not going to be happy with their performance. The Jukebox Sniper is going to have to try and pick something off. Rip gets one onto Gear, but is a 6 versus 5, again with an Uber disadvantage. broder a little bit out of position, and they're just going to drop back out of there, not going to fight for the second point. And now the question is very clear. What is Epsilon going to do? Knowing them, they're going to push from the bottom. That's what they're going to do. Soldier comes in, and immediately the force comes out. Both soldiers get Ubered. Very well played so far by both teams. But Epsilon is multi, and can that soldier catch him out? Oh, the juggle from Mumlock.
Merlin's getting juggled, but yeah, that was so close to a calamity for broder there. The Uber stayed very close to the bottom. One soldier got launched miles up in the air for Epsilon, but he managed to get back down, and Nox managed to catch him. Nice medic play there, and they're just going to re-push non-Ubered. I know a lot of teams favour this, and that scout gets completely juggled when he gets in, but he managed to take down the soldier on top of the hut. That was Jukebox. Zebasai takes position up there, which is quite a good team move generally, but it's allowed the scout and soldier for Epsilon to come in behind and completely destroy the rest of the players. They try and walk on the point broder, but there's a scout on there which just dodges their shots and caps it off.
I think broder didn't see it coming, Ali. I honestly think that broder right there was like, now they're not going to push in, they're just going to wait for their Uber and then they're going to go. But they came in straight off. Very, very aggressive play by Epsilon. That's the Epsilon we know and love, ladies and gentlemen. And with both medics back to their medi guns, we're going to go into the 5th middle. broder about a couple of minutes left, ladies and gentlemen, to pull this one back. 3-1 is the scoreline, and here comes Jukebox.
Yeah, he gets taken down quickly. It looked like things were good for broder there as they took top position, but the first 3 frags are going to go to Epsilon. They managed to get down Gear and Shockey in return, the 2 aggressive players, but Merlin is caught out now. This is unfortunate. Wow, he does manage to in fact get out. If that scout can buy some time, then Merlin can go out, but Merlin's staying with him. Nox picks up the Ubersaw, and this is Mike is definitely going to chase Merlin. Manages to hit a really nice rocket onto Merlin. There's going to be a question there of whether Merlin could get out, because after Nox getting that Ubersaw, things are definitely in Epsilon's favour.
I swear
nice.
to God,
So
if
nice.
Biven would have cleaned that up, I would have gone insane. That's what I got. He got 2 of them. If he would have been able to take Nox down there as well, that would have been massive. But the Swedish scout cannot go as massive as I would have liked him to be, as Epsilon right now seem to be in a prime position to even pick up the second map and put on the ETF2 website 6-0. And that is not going to look good for broder, Ali, I can tell you that.
Oh wow! I don't know what happened there, but I was watching Jukebox hiding bottom for ages, and Gear just walked around the corner. I don't know if the shadow was showing, but he just shot him instantly. Calling hacks on Gear right now. Someone look into it. Demo. AC team, please, come on.
I want to see this, ladies and gentlemen.
But anyway, we're seeing the rest of the Epsilon team just swarm over the point. broder aren't going to contest this, it looks like. They're still 20 seconds off charging whatever the medigun they have. I don't know what to predict now. It is actually the medigun, and they popped Uber now, Epsilon coming forward. broder is holding surprisingly close, and wow, the Uber hasn't come in. There's players come in, but they're not Uber. The scout on the point caps it so close. There's one soldier left in. Yeah.
4 minutes and 50 seconds left on the clock, Ali. It is doable. It is doable, but you got to keep in mind, broder has not capped since minute 25. That is 20 minutes ago since broder first capped, and they haven't capped since. The Epsilon thing is still, you got to keep in mind, right? It's still there. They're unbelievably good at this game, and Maryland's decided it is crit streak time once again.
Yeah, I was expecting broder to go quite aggressive, but what they really need to do is to go passive, because they have great positioning at the start. Again, Jukebox goes down. Zebasai comes across the point with him as well, but he's really weak and gets taken down. They're just getting picked off one by one here, broder. They're going to back off, but they really don't want to be backing off. Maybe they're going to crits back in, but there's just too many Epsilon players and they get killed before they could even get close. Teaming forward now, if we can have the comms of broder, because they're going to sound pretty desperate if you're onto that, or if I sprang this on you too quickly.
Sorry, under. We can't get a pick with this.
Scout somewhere around. Sword jumped, rape him.
Down.
Nice.
Nice.
Coming below.
Demo jumped.
Double top right.
I'm
Scout
going
saw
left.
David.
Nice. I'm out.
I'll try to block it.
Yeah, me too.
Can't really do anything else. Scout wake. Demo down.
Nice.
Nice.
They don't seem to be too hard under it, Ali, from what I can see.
Slightly dejected for broder, but still finding amusement in cooking, taking down Unlocked, so all in good spirit, all in good spirit. It does look like we've only got about 3 minutes left now, so it's not really possible for broder to push back and win this, but I don't know. I mean, all they're doing at the moment is practicing versus each other, and the two of them are the best teams in Europe. I'm just going to focus on, I've just seen one soldier go and hide bottom, Skier hiding above the bottom, and Jukebox spots him. Wow, these two are both hacking. What, I don't understand.
They're good, Ali. They're unbelievably good at this game. Let's keep it at that.
The crit screen comes out, but they only pick up an unlock. Epsilon quite content to just sit back and they're already back on their side of middle, despite the fact they've got Uber advantage. They're going to come forward now into kitchen, and broder combo are completely caught there with their pants down. TM admirable, and they're going to just come back onto mid and pressure that one broder soldier who's left there. And this is easy for Epsilon. They're just throwing players now at Nox broder, but it's not going to get anywhere.
Come on, Cookie, you can do this, bro. I believe in you, Cookie. Get spotted. I call wallhack immediately onto Shocky because that's what Ali does, and Ali's a fantastic card, so I'm just going to keep doing the exact same thing. As we can see, Epsilon gonna rage here on to last, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm quite sure that this is the official nail in the coffin as soon as this happens. Look at that, Shocky's just dancing across that last point, not getting picked up. Now, finally, Jukebox gets the kills, but it's gonna be, unless Zebasai can pull a miracle, it cannot. 5-1 for Epsilon on the board, and you gotta give credit to broder. Obviously, they got outplayed on Snakewater, at least for the second bit of the map. But 5-1, is that really as big as the difference was? Really?
Yeah, it's not really an accurate scoreline. I think broder put up a really good fight, but Epsilon just made all of their last pushes work really well, and for those that didn't, Nox manages to get out, and they generally just kept their composure really well and didn't really wipe at all. I think we saw broder wipe a few times. Just casting this final mid, the two Epsilon scouts both rush through kitchen and both get onto the medic. Shocky surviving for an extraordinary amount of time there, but Merlin is still alive, survives the soldier bomb as well. There's a scout that's going to go behind the kitchen, and nobody's supporting Merlin. Is he going to come back in? No, Merlin's managed to come back in with the rest of his team. I'm not sure what happened to that scout. Oh, it's Bash, he got taken down in the end, but broder are just fighting for honor now. How long have they got?
They're gonna fight for honor, and you gotta keep in mind, right, if Crackland loses... Like, this is the thing, if Crackland loses to Epsilon as well, 6-0, say, then the caps against Epsilon are actually gonna matter who ends second and who ends third if they tie against each other, obviously, for that reason. So we're gonna have to... Obviously, the caps might prove to be a big deal. I've been saying this multiple times throughout, not this cast, but throughout any cast, but Epsilon looks like they're gonna deny that one. And the end score, ladies and gentlemen, is gonna be 5-1 on Snakewater. That is not an accurate representation of what we've seen. This was an unbelievably close game. Epsilon was having a hard-fought victory, but again, since I-46, since August last year, when the Americans beat them twice, they have not been beaten. at all in Europe, and that score is going to stay, at least for the time being. They're going to face Crackdown a couple of weeks from now, and obviously with the playoffs coming up, we're going to see these teams duke it out against each other once again. But for the time being, Epsilon can still prove that they are better than broder at the moment, and they're still the best team in Europe.
Yeah, I mean, Epsilon's still proving that they can turn it on during officials, and if broder get into that mentality too, then by the end of the season we should be seeing some really close games. I'm not sure what it is at the moment, because broder are definitely looking stronger in PCWs. I don't think it's just the fact that Epsilon are just by far the best team in Europe. I don't think it's just they're being outshone. I think broder are just not in the right mindset maybe, but it's going to come, and I think by the playoffs we could have a really close game.
Yeah, very well played so far by both of these teams. I'm looking forward to see how broder's going to play against the other team, Crackclan. And Epsilon obviously is going to have to face Crackclan later this season as well. We're going to bring you all of that action here at Team Fortress TV, I can tell you that. Ali, is there any last words you have for all the viewers that have been watching tonight?
No, he sprung this on me.
Perfect. There you go. Just thanks. Just say thanks. It's okay. Nobody will
Thanks,
mind.
everyone.
There you go. Perfect. Ali's going to say thanks. And I'm going to say thank you to everyone for tuning in tonight. We've had a high record of viewers, ladies and gentlemen, tonight. I do like to thank all of you guys for tuning in. I hope you had a good time. I'm going to also say that you guys should enjoy the weekend, because obviously tomorrow and on Saturday there's no European games. Might be American games later tonight, though, if you're from the North American part of the world. But so far, this is going to be it for us this week. On Sunday, we'll be back with the next matches happening in ETF2L Season 15. And I'm sure it's going to be as awesome as what we saw today. 5-4 and 5-1 in favor of Epsilon, proving that they're still on top here in Europe. But broder, they're close. They're ready to rock and roll. And Ali's messing up my outro, so I'm going to say thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. And we'll be back after the weekend. Enjoy yourself. And this was us here at Team Fortress TV.